Welcome to Arts Talk TV. We're putting a spotlight on creativity. Hi, I'm Karina Lawrence and welcome to Arts Talk TV. We're here in the Lux Lounge at the Entertainment Quarter in Moore Park, Sydney. Now this is a fantastic entertainment hub that houses many local businesses in the industry, as well as being home to the renowned Fox Studios. You can check out the latest movies, enjoy cafes, restaurants, markets, and even events throughout the year, entertaining the whole family. Next up on the show, I am so excited to introduce you to a talented performer, creative director, and producer. Please welcome to the show the ever-inspiring Ian Knowles.
Thanks for having me on the show.
Absolute pleasure. You started training in Perth.
I did.
I believe.
Yep. Almost a chorus line story. My sister started going to the dance class just in the local community centre. She came home, she taught me the steps until I was confident enough to go to the class. From that point onwards, it was all on. I've never had any doubt in my mind from that point onwards that dance was going to be what I did.
Yeah. You've trained in ballet, jazz, and acrobatics and tap.
Yeah, no, broad-based training. But I did really, I was drawn to jazz really, and commercial dance. That was where my career was heading, I think.
Yeah. So you were a sought-after dancer in Perth on the nightclub circuit. You also were at the America's Cup Ball, choreographed by the Melbourne legend Tony Bartuccio, just at 17 years of age.
A baby, I was a baby. Everything was so fun and scary all at the same time. That's actually where I met Tony Millett, on the America's Cup Ball.
Wow, okay.
From then, he would create solos for me, and then we would work. Then I started working with him in nightclubs after that. So he even pushed me to go to my first big professional audition, which got me out of Perth. So he was a big champion for me.
Did you struggle with much bullying, or do you think that had... Okay, there
Sorry
you go.
for the eye roll.
Yeah.
I choose not to remember high school just because
Yeah.
it was an awful time, I think. There was not much education around about homosexuality, and I was definitely gay from a very early age.
Yeah.
And then throw dancing on top of that, which was perceived as a thing that women do and not very masculine. So yeah, high school was absolutely awful. I ran away from it as fast as I could.
Okay, so your big break was when you were cast in the world's greatest dance spectacular, and that starred world champion ballroom dancers such as Jason Gilkinson, choreographed by the legend choreographer Ross Coleman.
That show was pivotal for me. Jason Gilkinson and Peter Roby, world champions. The show was based around them, and then there were other ballroom couples around that, and then a core of ensemble dancers to support that in stadiums. I'm still friends with all those people. They supported me to make the move to Sydney. Well, one thing I've always loved about an ensemble show, where you get to spend some time with people, they become family, and then you add family members along the journey with every big show that you do. Commercial dance works a little different because, it's a bit fleeting, but certainly on those big touring shows, it's a chance to sort of dig in, get to know each other and support each other. And I think that's the first time I realised that there was a support network out there for dance.
And a sense of community too.
A sense of community and a career.
You've worked as a commercial dancer with the likes of Kylie Minogue, Jackie Love, Jimmy Somerville, and choreographed and toured with Rhonda Birchmore.
Yeah,
Tell
lovely
us
Rhonda.
about that.
We love Rhonda. I had such a great time with her. We toured everywhere. We were doing the club circuit really, the RSLs.
Oh wow, okay.
So it was fun.
Yeah.
But she was great. She gave me lots of opportunity. It was just her and two boys and a band, and we had a hoot.
Okay, so your theatre credits, Anything Goes, West Side Story, Fiddler on the Roof, Cinderella, and Easter Parade with the Broadway legend Tommy Tune.
Yeah.
That's quite iconic, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it was great. It was absolutely, and again, Rhonda was in that show. In fact, I think maybe that's where I connected with Rhonda in the first place.
Okay, right.
Was on Easter Parade.
What are the changes that you've noted with the way, I guess, musical theatre, Broadway, etc., has possibly transitioned during the time?
From when I was performing to now?
Yeah.
When I was first in musical theatre.
Yeah.
You could specialise as a dancer, which I don't think you can anymore. You actually need to be the triple threat. You need to be able to do all of the skills. But you could get away with it at that stage on your dancing talent. The landscape's changed a lot. You need to have all of that skill set. And look, we're moving much further towards a more contemporary feel, certain choreographically.
Yes.
Hamilton opened that up, and so all of a sudden the choreography is a little bit more contemporary and hip-hoppy.
Yeah.
So there's a nice sort of fusion now. There'll always be book shows that have traditional jazz and
Yes.
original choreography, and if to honour the original, but the challenge of a young person is that you think now is everything.
Current, yeah.
I've even commented to some dancers recently. I've asked them if they've even referenced the original source material. The way to keep that going is to make sure that we pull those people in
Yes.
and in front of the new generation.
Yeah.
Dance genres change and styles change across
Yeah.
time, but musical theatre, there's a long, beautiful
Yeah.
history attached to that. So.
You owned your own company, Wish Events and Entertainment, where you did international choreography in Malaysia, as well as the Melbourne Commonwealth Games.
We did some great gigs in that business. The stuff in Malaysia and Bali, stuff that was separate to that. So that was
Okay.
after Wish had folded. But Wish was great. We produced Sleazeball, which was
Wow.
extraordinarily big and a lot to do. So my business partner and I, Shane O'Brien, he worked logistics, I worked entertainment, and we produced a great event. It was so much
Wonderful.
fun, a lot of work, but
Yeah.
extraordinary. Wish was a great opportunity for me to learn some business acumen, and to start seeing where maybe the next steps are. If there's a full-time training course, I think there should be a business component to
Yeah.
that. I think a unit on how to manage yourself as a business. If you manage, then that's fine. That stuff gets handled. But if you're freelancing, then you are a business and you need to run yourself as a business.
Yeah.
You need to have some sort of idea of that. I mean,
Great.
I didn't all the way up until Whoosh. Thankfully, my business partner had lots of that. And then I started working internationally with Peter Wilson, a great friend of mine who's a director, very famous for his puppetry. So we worked on some very large events, Colours of Malaysia and
Wow.
Bali Agung, which massive stage.
Yes,
Little
yes.
moat and
Their productions are
ducks
like
going across
huge.
and elephants coming on. It was amazing.
Wow.
It was huge. So I had the pleasure of working with him on some
Wonderful.
huge stuff. And then little foray into Commonwealth Games, Rugby World Cup, opening ceremonies. So, and I love those for different reasons too. Those ones are a bit more logistical.
Yeah, right.
Bodies on a field and numbers on a spreadsheet, on a
Yes.
graph, and quite liked all of that little.
Enhance
bit.
those organisational
Yeah,
skills, right?
yeah. And look, it was fascinating to be on a mic and talk to thousands of people. It was big. I mean, it was great. If you have any ambition to move past a performance career and do something leadership yourself, really draw all you can from those great leaders that you have in front of you.
So as an educator, you've been the artistic director at the Space Dance and Arts Centre.
I love that role. When you're a freelance teacher, it's so fleeting. You don't really get to invest time in a person. So full-time was fabulous because I got to be with people for 1 to 2 years, develop some skills across the way, get them industry ready, and have a bit of fun with them. Like we enjoyed ourselves as much as I was a taskmaster at times because you need to be.
Yeah.
My 2.5 years there were fantastic.
Tragically, on your journey, in 2013, you were diagnosed with a terminal brain cancer.
Yes, well that's what stopped that role of artistic director. So whenever I bring up my cancer journey now, everyone goes automatically to, and I'm like, no, it's a happy story. Because my prognosis was 12 months, 18 months with chemo and treatment. And I'm now 8 years down the track. So I'm in a very small minority, and it's taught me a lot. It's made me stand up for myself in ways that I never could before.
Yeah.
I've been able to draw the line in the sand. I know what's right for me now.
Absolutely.
And I don't compromise that anymore.
Absolutely.
Life is short and I've only got whatever I've got left. And you know,
Yeah.
my son was, I think, 6 when I was diagnosed. He's now 15.
Wow.
So I've been able to see him grow up, and that was really the only thing I wanted.
You've gone on to create Inspire Film Festival with your friend and co-founder Rowan Senior.
Inspired Dance Film Festival, a beautiful friend from the US that used to come and teach it full time in Melbourne, gave me the idea, and I was at a point of completely lost. Knew I couldn't dance anymore, didn't really want to choreograph anymore, I'd lost all of my performance passion, and I didn't think it was fair to be teaching when I didn't really have the love for that either anymore. I've found a brand new passion and respect, and I think filmmaking is extraordinary. It's hard, it's takes some dedication, and all of our filmmakers do it on a dime. So what I admire is the commitment to that as a craft, because their fundraising, you know, there's no money around supporting that. When we watch those films now, we watch it from that lens of, okay, you've put your heart and soul into this.
You run both adult and youth or divisions in the event, which I think is, again, nurturing the up and coming, which is wonderful.
The way this business has evolved and the festival's evolved has actually been perfect. 2 years in COVID takes a little bit of pressure off, actually, to achieve huge outcomes. It's a big learning curve to run your own business and company, and that's evolved now, so we're doing many other things. My main focus in life right now is creating opportunity. Dance can be really limiting, and it can be hard, the career can be hard. So for me, it's about creating as much opportunity as I can from a larger level now, rather than the choreographic level and just employing dancers. Our main goal with the festival is to help build that as a sort of solid and a firm industry in Australia. There's a few players, but they're predominantly independent artists. I want to work out how to find funding for these people and really give them a way to explore their craft and their art, and get it on film out to an audience. Stage works are very different, a different craft. People are looking at a very a whole scene, whereas film, you get to work creatively on sort of nuanced work, and you get to tell a story in a very different way. An actor can act till they're 100. A singer can sing until they're
for a long period of time. Yeah.
A dancer's career is relatively short, certainly at elite level. So unless you have a parallel. So I was lucky, I performed and I choreographed all in parallel, and I taught. So all of those things happened at the same time. So any one of those paths could have taken me somewhere, which I think when you're a dancer, that's what you need. You need to have lots of feathers in your cap so that you've got some choices to make. I mean, I had career meltdown at 30. I lost it, I was lost, I didn't know what to do, there was no mental health support. And I think that's lacking amongst the industry as well. I think, how do you get through those transitional periods when you feel like your identity is going? Then when you feel like you're losing who you are,
you're losing everything.
That's everything.
Yeah,
like, that's
you're losing your sense of self.
Absolutely. Yeah. So there are some people come from a
focusing
dance background
on it now.
who are now looking at mental health for dancers. When you do feel off the edge, there's someone there to catch you and go, you're okay.
Yeah.
So let's put you in this program.
Let's focus on that area.
We can.
Brilliant.
You're okay. This isn't the end.
Okay, so tell us about the different categories behind your Inspired Dance Film Festival.
Oh, we've got so many now, I can barely remember them all. We want to celebrate all the different kinds of filmmakers. So there's an art sort of experimental category. There's just a dance film category for more sort of traditional choreographic-based works. We really want to honour the diversity of our industry as well. So we've got a disabled dance film category, and a queer dance film category, and a First Nations dance film category. And we have some overriding sort of categories, you know, Best the Fest and Best International. And there's a Best Mobile Device category. And the beautiful Belinda has we created a Best Technical Production category as well, which honours then the technical side of making a film.
And tell us a little bit about the judging panel or what they're specifically looking for.
We ask our judging panel to look at each film concept, choreography, makeup, costume design, production design, so the look and feel, direction, cinematography, sound design.
Yeah.
We just want to make sure that we're assessing the films as a film, not just as a piece of dance.
Yes. Okay, and personally, you're a dad and a gay man. You're obviously very passionate about inclusion and awareness in supporting diverse backgrounds to improve resources and opportunities for dancers. Tell us a little bit about, I guess, that experience.
I think for him, being brought up in a rainbow family, so lesbian, a queer mum and a queer dad.
Yeah.
But that actually broadens his.
Absolutely.
Like, his sense of family is extraordinary. Michelle, his mother, works with the Indigenous community as well, so he's been adopted into an Indigenous family, and he's got his gunkles and his queer mums everywhere. He had to grow up pretty quickly, but he's had lots of support around that as well. We've never sheltered him from anything. He's always wanted to know exactly what's going on. All you can do with kids, if they're asking the question, you've got to give them an answer. So, and he always comes out at the end of the festival, at the gala screening, and always comes up and does a speech. It's my favourite thing.
We have a really cool segment here on Arts Talk TV called the Shutter Speed Challenge.
Oh, okay.
Are you up for it?
Oh, let's give it a go.
Okay, let's go. Whatever pops into your head, don't overthink it, all right? Last song you listened to?
No, I'm so bad. My memory's so bad.
Happy birthday from your audition, we talked about that.
Sure, let's go with that.
What's your favourite thing about being creative?
Being able to tell my story the way I want to tell my story.
Perfect. Person you'd most like to meet?
Actually, I'd love to meet Bob Fosse. He's always been an idol of mine, just to be around that creativity.
What would you ask him?
Where does his inspiration come from?
Yeah, perfect. Great answer. Last piece of art that has really affected you?
A lot of the films that would come through really affect me, but I really love Lucy Doherty is one of our filmmakers, and she's done a series of films honouring the death of her mother. That's probably the stuff that's grabbed me the most, personally.
If you had to label creativity with a colour, what colour would you choose?
Blue. That's only because it's my favourite colour.
Yeah, perfect. What would you miss most about the arts?
Connection. I love connecting with people, I think. And that's what I think the arts does really well.
Yeah. What's on your bedside table at the moment?
A photo of my child when he was born and his first pair of tap shoes.
Wow. Oh my God. Precious. Oh.
I know, it's so hokey. I'm so cheesy.
Oh, no, I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, what chore do you most dislike doing?
Oh, everything, every chore. I dislike housework beyond compare, but I'm anal and I like clean surfaces. So, it's this trade-off of love, hate, love, hate. I love it when it's clean, hate doing it.
Okay, in one word, what does the arts mean to you?
Love.
Perfect. Ian Knowles, I am such a fan of everything about you for so many different reasons, but it has been an honour to sit across and talk and share your journey, be re-inspired, not just based on your life journey, but really sit and feel the passion and dedication behind supporting that, giving that out. It has been such an honour, and thank you. You've certainly re-sparked that in myself.
You're amazing, thank you.
Oh, bless you.
I love talking to you.
Right back at ya. So glad you could join us today on our Arts channel.